Dear students, we hope that you all are safe at your home with your parents. Now, your school, Stewart Morris School, has taken a step forward to conduct your online classes, and we will start with first chapter, Nutrition in Plants for class 7. So, in this chapter, you will learn about plant nutrition, photosynthesis, nitrogen fixation, and other modes of nutrition. So, students, in your previous class, you learned very well what is nutrition, what is autotrophs, what are heterotrophs. So, what is nutrition? Nutrition is the process in which the organism get nutrients. Which type of nutrients? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. These are the nutrients which they get, and this process is called nutrition. So the modes of nutrition is autotrophs and heterotrophs. As their terms you can get very easily. Auto means self. So those organisms which make their own food by themselves, they are called autotrophs. In this category, who are come? They will plants, green plants, because they can make their own food. Okay. And heterotrophs, hetero means which organisms they depend on other organisms, they are called heterotrophs. So in this category, like we are also, and so many other animals, other living organisms, they are called in the heterotrophs. Photosynthesis, as we know very well, this process which is taken in the green plants. Photo means light, synthesis means to make up. So the plant leaves the site of the photosynthesis, in which carbon dioxide, water, in the presence of chlorophyll, the green pigment which is present in the leaves, and with the help of sunlight they make the food of the plant. So this process is called the photosynthesis. Okay. Now when the food make up in the leaves, the few vessels are there, bundle vessels are there, they are called xylem and phloem, which are responsible to circulate these food. So when the leaves make their food, they are circulated by the phloem. And now for this process, how the plant get their water? They get water through the xylem. So xylem is responsible for transportation of water and minerals through the soil. Okay. So now students, as you know very well, so what they get? They get from carbon dioxide plus water and energy in the form of solar energy and chlorophyll. They make the simple form or the complex form of sugar. They are called glucose. Now as we know very well, cellulose is the form of the glucose in the plants. So plants need nitrogen. So plant need nitrogen. How they will get? In many leguminous plants such as peas, grams and beans, so there is a rhizobium bacteria, and these bacteria take up nitrogen directly from the air and convert it into water soluble nitrogenous substances, which are used by the plants to make proteins. This process is called nitrogen fixation. So students, it is very easy for the leguminous plants. They don't want to do if any hard work, so rhizobium is very useful for them. Okay. How are plant nutrients replenished in the soil? Manure is decomposed plants and animal waste, and it is rich in nitrogenous substances. The soil can be made fertile by adding manure. Chemical fertilizers such as urea containing nitrogen substances are also added to the soil, but in the excess of amount they can be harmful for the plants. Now farmers usually grow a crops such as pea or gram to maintain fertility of the soil. This practice is known as the rotation of crops, and these crops produce nitrogenous substances in their roots to make the soil fertile. Other modes of nutrition in the plants: parasitic movements, parasitic plants. So some plants depend on the other plants for food and water. Such plants are called parasitic plants, like Cuscuta and Mustard parasitic plants are there. Total parasitic plants, which they depend totally on the host plants for food and water. Such plants are called total parasitic plants. But students, some plants are there which are not totally dependent on the other plants. They can make some food on themselves, and some part of them are depend on the other. So this type of plants are called partial parasitic plants. Now, saprophytes. Saprophytes are organisms that obtain nutrition from decaying organic matters, like Monotropa is a saprophytic plant. Fungi also saprophytes. They are not plants and they grow on various kinds of organic material. You will find fungi on dump piece of leather, overripe fruits, stale bread and pickles. Mushrooms are a type of fungi. Here lichens share nutrients and water. So water lichens is a composed of two, possible even three distinct organisms, one kind of fungus and other is usually an alga. So the alga share the food with the fungus and the fungus provides water and minerals to the alga. Now this type of mutually benefit is called the symbiosis. So students, this chapter has completed. The keywords are insectivorous plants, plant that feed on insects; parasitic plants, plants that depend on the other parts of the food and water; saprophytes, organisms that obtain nutrition from decaying organic matter; and symbiosis, relationship between two or more organisms where all our organisms benefit. So the students, the summary and the mind map of this part is nutrition in plants. Two parts and two types of plants are there, like autotrophs are there and heterotrophs are there, and the other are parasitic and saprophytes, insectivorous plants also, and symbiotic plants also, and these are the examples of them. Thank you.